George who?
Cohen. George M., little Georgie, the Yankee Doodle Kid.
Never heard of him.
Well, good. That's what we want to hear. And why? Because this story is about George Cohen, and we're on his side. And to balance the scales, we tell it with a cast young enough never to have seen him perform, and in some cases,
George who?
never to have heard of him. Surprise? Don't be. Try this simple test when you get home tonight. And while you're at it, Pop, ask your own kids. Ask them about John Barrymore, or Little Flower, or Wendell Willkie, the NRA, Casper, Miller Rolls. Ask them about Lamont Cranston.
Never heard of it.
Surprised? Well, don't be. There has been one of those floods the earth comes up with every 20 years or so. The old landmarks have tumbled, and except for an odd print, the sand is clear. Here, have some more lights. Look for me, kid, says Georgie. I'm still there. Well, that's what we're going to do tonight, Georgie. Look for you. Since this is George Cohen's story, we tell it where he lived it, on a stage, like this one. It's not much, or it's everything. Depends on how you look at it. End of prologue. Well, we're ready. We hope you're ready, because George was never anything but. Beginning with his first stage in Providence, Rhode Island, July 4th, 1878. Actually, he was born the day before, but it pleased Georgie to give Independence Day as his birthday. Heightened reality, they call it. Truth dressed up for the stage. But that's where he lived it, how he lived it, and how we tell it. So July 4th, 1878, George Michael Cohen is born. You kid! Stop popping off those poppers in this yard. I've got a patient in here.
I told my mom on you.
Mrs. Baker, where's that fool husband of hers?
He's down at the theater. You told him she wasn't going to deliver till tomorrow.
Well, just don't stand there. Send one of those bomb throwers down after him. All right, Mrs. Cohen, I'm coming. When he's giggling, could you know that's the time to turn and go. Always leave him laughing, always leave him laughing, always leave him laughing when you say good.
Hey, mister! You kids come back here, see? Mr. and Cohen?
Yes, but not now, little darling. Can't you see
We got a message for you. You gotta come home because your wife is always having a baby and...
Nellie! Wilbur! Wilbur! Give these kids a nickel piece and I'll settle up with you later on!
I want your encore.
Always leave them laughing. Always leave them laughing. Always leave them laughing when you say goodbye.
George Michael Cohen. I like it, Jerry.
Yes, but that's just for the birth certificate. Little Georgie, the Yankee Doodle Kid, that's how we'll bill you in the act. Oh, not that he's going into this business, not unless he wants to. Why, that boy is not going to set 1 foot on the stage until he's 18, 19, or 21 months. Or until he can talk, whichever comes first. Or I could walk with him on the stage tonight. Oh, come on, Nellie. We might as well teach him to learn how to dance while he's learning how to walk. It'll save time. Oh my gosh! He's dancing! Attaboy, Georgie! Now, try it again, Georgie. Move out a little bit. Okay? That's it. And speed it up after the shuffle. Speed it up after the shuffle. And on the second chorus, try adding in the clips. Attaboy! I have no intention of allowing you to. All right, long pants for Georgie, but only on when he comes out for the encore with Josie. Who do you think made it up? Little Georgie himself. Not bad for a 15-year-old kid, eh? Why don't you try it, Brother Jelly? Sure, he hasn't had much schooling, but what boy has seen as much of this country as he has? That's an education too, you know. Why, look at all the towns we've played. Akron, Dayton,
Des Moines,
Sioux City, Cleveland,
Memphis.
Portland, Oregon,
Portland, Maine, Wichita Falls,
Concord Bluffs.
Denver,
Phoenix, Cedar Rapids.
My mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you. Freddie, can we have some light down here? Hey Archie, where are the rest of the boys? I told them to come right up.
Take it easy, kid. They're right behind me.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to see Mr. Albee in the dressing room first?
Worst place in the world. A guy like E.F. Albee comes to see us, that's a scene. It's got to be staged.
What your father's trying to say, George, is that it might be a good
Mom.
idea to go easy with Mr. Albee.
Mom, Pop, leave Albee to me. He wants this actor. He wouldn't have come all the way to Cedar Rapids to catch it. And if he wants it, he's going to pay for it. Now remember, we give it the Cohan touch. Speed, light, music.
George, it's Mr. Albee. He's coming.
You and Mom do your Albee first, then Josie, then for the grand finale, little Georgie himself. Hello, E.F. Love to chat with you, but we're busy now running over some sensational new material I wrote for the act you will be playing in New York.
Fine. Some other time then.
No, watch if you insist. As a matter of fact, it might do you some good. The public's getting sick of the same junk you've been feeding them for 20 years. What you need is something new, Mr. Albee, and that something new happens to be spelled C-O-H-A-N. Run, Mom. Pop, run.
That good old musical mood that they sing about in every tune.
Catch you, Mom.
Never wearing out, painted on the scenery of a musical play. Honeymoon, even got a sunny moon.
Watch this.
Musical mood that rhymes with June and spoon and fruit.
Three rhymes.
The old lady gets the dough. Wherefore art thou Romeo? Folks will tell you that there ain't no show. Tell you bring on the musical mood.
Great, Sid, great. Hope you recognize the tune yet, another Cohan original. And now I'd like you to meet the pride and joy of the family, the most talented little miss in vaudeville, Miss Josie Cohan.
Oh, you wonderful boy, what a wonderful boy you
I
are.
makes you want to move with it, don't it?
You made the world appear to me, near to me, dear to me.
Go on, move if you feel like it.
All those wonderful eyes thrill me through.
He's moving inside.
It seems to be a wonderful world since I met you.
Josie, that was beautiful. And now, kid, I want you to get a load of a song, a step, and a personality that I guarantee will take New York by storm a week after we open. Little Georgie himself. Let's not walk through this one, Archie. Goodbye, my lady love. So long, my turtle dove. Farewell, my honeysuckle. I've got to go. While I am on my way, I'll phone you every day. I'll tell you how I am if you want to know. don't be leery.
Will I get my letter daily?
Yes, my dearie, honey, goodbye. Dearie, don't cry. Honey, dear, you know I've got to go. All aboard for Broadway. That's the Yankee land. Just got time to say goodbye, that's all. So long, can't you hear the train man calling? All aboard for Broadway. I'll be back again. Hurry, dear, now just one kiss. Just think of all the fun I'll miss if I miss that Broadway train.
I'll take the girl.
What?
That's right, the young lady. $60 per week starting in Atlantic City.
That is a nice offer, Mr. Albee, and I'm sure Mr. Josie appreciates it, but
But this is a 4-act, Mr. Albee.
And a good one. Maybe you didn't like everything you saw, but with a few changes, a few cuts.
Changes? The act's great and you know it. Just because that big...
Producer! Don't mind anything the young boy says, Mr. Albee. Why, only this afternoon he was telling me, gee, Dad, do you suppose that Mr. E.F. Albee, that renowned producer with all his renowned talent and experience, would be willing to help us with the act, didn't you, son?
I never.
You see, Mr. Albee? Go ahead, we're all ears.
Well, it ain't a bad little act. Maybe I could use it for her.
Here, what do you say? Start in 2 weeks.
there.
I get it. You were only kidding before. You're a great kidder, F. Now what we want is $7.50
In Poughkeepsie, at $150 per 2 weeks guaranteed. Then if you shape up, Hicksville.
That's fine! We'll take it! When do we start?
Start? Nobody starts in Poughkeepsie, Pop. That's where you finish. So if you want my advice, Mr.
Sonny,
Albee-
I think you've said just about enough.
No, I haven't. Not near enough. You're gonna want this act someday, and I just want you to know the four co-hands will never play any theater of yours as long as we're in this business. And there's no use pleading. I won't change my mind. Imagine us in Poughkeepsie.
Well, it's a lot closer to New York than we are now.
Closer isn't enough, Pop. We've been on our way to New York for 12 years. I want to get there.
So do I! And your mother! But just because we want a thing doesn't mean we can have it.
Why not, Pop? If someone's good enough, and I'm good enough, why not? I can't lie, Pop. You didn't teach me how. I'm little Georgie, and I'm and if that makes me a fresh punk, okay, I'm a punk. But I'm going up there, Pop, and no Albee or anyone else is going to stop me.
Hey, Tiger!
Not now, Archie. I'm busy.
Yeah, so do the boys. We've rehearsed for like 6 hours, and we like to have our money.
Don't worry, you'll get your money. Pop, can you let me have 20?
Sorry, Georgie, I don't have that much. Nellie?
Just the money for the week's rent, Jerry. I'll get it, Archie.
Look, Mrs. Cohen, I'm sorry to do this to you, but we have rehearsed 6 hours.
Georgie, what am I going to do with you? I know you want to go places, you want to be somebody, but you're using up so many people along the way.
People aren't what I'm thinking about now, Pop. Just let me get where I'm going, and I promise you, we'll have more people around us than we know what to do.
I hope so, Georgie. I hope so.
You understand, don't you, Josie? It's like I'm running. There's a long train going by, and I'm running after it. It's night, and I can see people laughing inside, and the light from the windows shines on the brass railings outside the door, and I know if I can once, just once, touch those brass railings, I'll get on. And for some crazy reason, you'll be there. Mom, Pop, all of us together, Josie, always.
Georgie, you get on. The trains start and stop, and we all need people to be there when it's time to get off. Because nothing is forever, George.
I am. Do you know why? Because I'm playing it their way from now on. If humble's what they want, humble they're going to get. 14 karat, solid brass, Rhode Island Irish humble, and don't look for better because there ain't none. Mom, Pop, it's the new me. That's right, the old loudmouth is no more, so feast your eyes on the new Georgie. Thoughtful, modest, quiet, unassuming, and most of all, considerate of other people at all times. Unless, of course, they're fatheads like Elvie. Did you see the way he sat there, Mom? Not a smile in him. But don't you worry, Pop. We'll play Broadway, and why shouldn't we? We've got everything. Brains, talent, heart, the greatest actor in the business. And me, little Georgie himself.
Yes, I like the new George.
Best thing about him is you don't miss the old one.
Pop, you're not letting this keep you down, are you? Okay, so Albie didn't hire us, and we owe Madam Promoted $20 for the rent. A couple of ad breaks like that ain't gonna stop us. You know what I want? I want the four of us to walk out of this theater as if we own the world. Did I say walk? I meant march. No stride. Shoulders back, head high, chin up, and follow me.
There he goes on his dancing toes with that famous American stride, full of musical comedy pride. Traffic holds up when he hits Main Street, that's to live, he's a Broadway kid, and to wrap up the town is his mind. With his famous walk, his fancy talk, his happy grin, and crowding in around him, to hail and crown him, the Yankee Doodle, musical comedy man.
That's it, Pop. You're doing it now. Hey, Cedar Rapids. Sorry to rush off, but we got places to go. Big time places. That's right, Pop. That's Broadway beckoning right over there.
Yes, and right over there's the poorhouse. If I hurry, I can get a corner room. Stands to win, he's a Broadway kid, and to wrap up the town is his plan.
With his modest ways, timid gaze, humble eyes,
And otherwise we name him, with cheers acclaim him, the Yankee Doodle.
Jerry, we're late. You know how mad Grimaldi is about serving supper on time.
Yankee Doodle, you have a hard enough time explaining about the bread. Yankee Doodle,
George!
Yankee Doodle, musical comedy man.
We, your devoted and loving servants, toiling together in the fields of Christian endeavor, do most humbly thank thee, especially those of us who are paid up. Amen. I believe it's your turn to help serve, Mrs. Red Deer. Now, who didn't get napkins? That's right. Mrs. Red Deer, you serve the roast.
Roast leg of what?
It's a little small.
Where's the cat?
Oh, she's upstairs lying down. She had a small migraine. Now, who didn't get butter? That's right. Mrs. Red Deer served the alphabet soup. P-A-Y?
U-P.
Oh, that was my own idea. So much more personal than a summons.
Well, Madam Grimaldi, that certainly was delicious.
Delicious? What did he get that was delicious?
No, sir, we won't get food like that in New York.
Where? What did he say?
New York, I thought you knew. We're going there for the act.
George!
Oh, Mr. Cohan, you can't expect us to swallow that. We all know how Mr. Albie turned you down flat this afternoon.
All arranged. We had to get Albie to turn us down this morning because we'd already signed with Hyde and Beeman this afternoon. That's right. We open the Adams Street Theater next Thursday night in New York City with a new musical sketch called, The 20th Century Kid. Conceived, written, staged, and executed by George M. Cohan.
Oh, Mrs. Cohan, Nellie, have some prime ribs, and you keep your mouth shut over there. What happens to cats can happen to canines.
Mr. Cohan, I think we need a sharpshooter for this act. I can get you one right here.
Oh, shut up! You know I do not permit business to be discussed at dinner. Now, out! All of you out! We will have coffee in the parlor. Oh, these acrobats and animal acts. There's any flushing out to Acme did something on the spicy side. They did this exotic Turkish dance. Oh, but don't worry, I keep my secret splendor covered with fringe. Number one, it ain't no secret. Number two, there ain't that much fringe at all of Cedar Rapids.
Well, I had to say something, didn't I? Anyhow, it's all true, or it's going to be. I'm going upstairs and write that sketch tonight. And don't you worry about Hyde and Beeman, Pop. I'm going to make them an offer they can't refuse. The 4 Cohans for $0. Not 1 cent. Free. The first week. Then we go over, we toss turns.
I have just one question, Georgie.
Shoot.
What if the new act flops?
Ha! How can it flop? It's conceived,
Written
staged
and executed
by George M. Cohan.
I'll take the girl.
it awful?
There's that Mrs.
Henry there.
She makes me sick.
I do declare.
Of course you know.
She bleached her hair.
She runs around.
The public square.
To show her shapeness.
Why, she's there.
That dentist better have care.
She's always in the dentist chair.
Ain't it awful?
Ain't it awful?
Not bad, George. Not bad.
Not bad, she's only sensational, that's all. And why shouldn't she be? I wrote her the number. Which reminds me, how about a new contract in case there are 5 co-hymns instead of 4?
5? What? You think about giving birth, kid?
Have to get married first, and that's up to Ethel.
Yes?
Oh, by the way, Mom, Pop, Josie, this is Ethel Levitt. We're engaged.
Engaged?
I have to explain this to someone. George is engaged. I just haven't said no.
Then you're lost, poor girl. Welcome aboard.
Hey, you're on!
Maybe we should be thankfully introduced as now. I hate to say hello walking up the aisle.
But we've only gone out once. Nobody's even proposed.
Take care of it after the fair. Josie, come in the time. We're going to Ethel in the intro.
What intro? What are you talking about?
Come on.
George, what's going to do on the Christmas? I will not smile and I will not be pushed
Not
off.
much rush. My dear young lady, this is 1901, the dawn of the 20th century. That's right, the age of speed. But as of now, the slow horses is our date. Smith's the name, Thomas Edison Smith, and what I've invented is a 60-mile-an-hour romance.
There are organizations that deal with people like you. The police, the law courts, the benevolent protection of Elvis.
Would I care to elucidate? Why not? Maestro! No time to pitch blue now. The century's new now. I'm singing my love songs in that new ragtime. The minute I meet ya, I send for the preacher and order those wedding bells to chime by. A Yankee with know-how, don't wanna go slow now. Can't wait for that moon above, or even a dove. So kiss me and run, kid. It's 1901, kid. And be my 20th century love. No time to delay now. It's love in a day now. The ready-made wedding and we demonstrate. Don't look at your book, kid. Your goose has been cooked, kid. There's wedding bells chiming, don't be late.
Wait!
Go!
No! I want to be wooed best, with in the mood best. Honey, and I'll moon up. She's taking my glove. My pencil's missing. My pencil's missing. Take back your 20th century. Very well, Mr. Thomas Edison Smith. I will accept you as a potential suitor. But I must warn you first that I am the circle board who is to be met properly first. Then go walking, dancing, hold my hand, then my waist, kiss me, pose, march down the aisle, put a ring on my finger, give me a dozen American Beauty roses, and carry me across the threshold.
And I'll do all that. Only put a little 20th century pace into it. Ready? Go! Me. Walk. Dance. Tan. Wait. Kiss. Propose. Rose. Aisle. Ring. Dress. What a modern age, modern age, modern age. The whole world's racing. Speed is all the rage, all the rage, all the rage. As we go chasing. Thomas Edison, he's the one who's begun celebrating. Now there's Mr. Bell, Samuel Morse as well. Riding, praising. Eat, walk, dance, and wait, kiss, propose, rose, aisle, ring, festival. No time to be true now. It's 1902 now. But love in my telegraph is fast and clear. Whenever we're parted, we're not broken hearted. As long as the telephone is near, dear. It's love at first sight now. By essence light now. No waiting for stars above. Walk, dance, and face, kiss, propose, rose, aisle, ring, threshold, or even a dove. So hurry to meet me. It's 1903 again. And be my 20th century love. My mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, my wife thanks you, and for the last time on the Hyde and Beeman vaudeville circuit, I thank you too.
What do you mean the last time of Hyde and Beeman? What are you doing?
Moving up, as far as it goes, and never coming down.
But George, I like vaudeville. It's what I know best. What? Look how far the act's come. Why should we opening right now?
Because if you don't move, Ethel, you're slowing down, and that's not for little Georgie. Hey, Beeman!
Wait, George.
Beeman!
Yeah, kid.
Just wanted to say so long, Beeman. Moving up.
What's up? You got 52 weeks guaranteed with me.
52 weeks a year, but only 15 minutes a night, and that's just not enough. I want the full time, Mr. Beeman. 8:30 to 11.
Look, George, I'll level with you. 8:30 to 11 is musical comedy, meaning Broadway. And I ain't sure you're ready yet. Fall on that street, and the whole world hears the cries.
Who says I'm gonna fall?
Bigger boys than you have, Georgie. Look, why don't you take your time? Play another year or two on vaudeville before you risk it. I'm saying this for your own good, kid.
So long, Beeman.
Hey, one last thought.
Yeah?
You got a way about you. A way with people. Rubs them the wrong way, kinda. You may not mean no harm, but some people ain't gonna like you, Georgie. Like me.
Then I'll do without you, and the rest of them if I have
You
to.
mean it the way it sounded, Georgie?
What do I care how he meant it, Ethel? He's right. I am a big mouth, but I got something inside me. Something this whole country needs, and I'm gonna give it, Ethel, free. No strings attached. Like me, kids there are gonna love me. And if I lose one or two so-called pals along the way, I can afford it.
And if it's more than just one or two?
If I can have all that, Ethel, let it be more. There's a whole city full of lights looking out there, Ethel. Someone's gotta take it. Why not me? Why not me? My town, that's Manhattan. Up, down, stone and satin. Noise, boys, all of its glamour can make me frown. Times Square, how I love it. Fresh air, I die of it. Born in PA, still I'm happy to say this is my hometown. Roar, rush, traffic screaming, red plush, bright lights gleaming, clouds, crowds, nothing about it can get me down. Green trees, I don't need 'em. Birds, bees, you can feed 'em. Skies may be gray now and then on Broadway, and beside every smile there's a frown. Still it's my home. Okay, Pop, maybe I went too fast.
So what if you did, Georgie? Everyone's entitled to a few mistakes, and one bad show isn't the end of the world.
Wait a minute, who said anything about it being a bad show? It was just a little ahead of its time, that's all. When I said I went too fast, what I meant was that Broadway's still moving too slow. What I've got to do is give this town time to catch up with me. 3 weeks.
George?
All right, a month. But in exactly that time, I open my new musical comedy called Little Johnny Jones. It'll star with 5 of us, Pop. Only this time, I'm only going to do what I know best.
Yes, acting, directing, writing, costumes, choreographing, music. Have you figured out a way to show the customers to their seats yet?
I'm working on it, Pop. I'm working on it. It's a great idea, Pop. I play this American jockey in England who's accused of throwing a big race. Only you find out he didn't do it. That's all.
Sorry, George. I was just thinking about what we talked about last week.
Beeman again.
Yes, George. I spoke to him yesterday, and he said he'd be willing to take us back. With more money, better billing, we could do the old act again. Have more time for each other.
Ethel, you don't seem to understand. When I said I was through with vaudeville, I meant it. All right, they knocked me down this time, but kid, I bounced. And we will have time for each other. Go away together, long as you want. Right after the new show opens. Scared you that time, didn't I? Word of warning, next time around, save me a scene. Green trees, I don't need 'em. Birds, bees, you can feed 'em. Skies may be gray now and then on Broadway, and beside every smile there's a frown. Still it's my Your name?
Miss Nolan, sir. I'm from Worcester, Mass. My folks once met your folks.
Sing.
Yes, sir. I love the name Billy. My dad's was the same Billy. I love the way they laugh and say how silly to call a girl Billy. Baffles them all, Billy. For at the call, Billy, they think it's so queer that a girl should appear. Their illusions I fear I destroy. Here is the reason my name's Billy. My parents expected a boy.
That's fine, miss. Great, we'll have to sit down and talk about it sometime. Ben!
Thank you, mister.
Ben!
Yes, Mr. Coleman.
Get Josie and the girls out here. I want to run push cart.
Rosie, girls, push cart.
And pull out this time.
And pull out.
Push me along in my push cart. Push me along in my crowd. For a sensational feeling, what feels? It fits all the airships and automobiles. Covered with carrots and rhubarb. Over the sidewalks we shove. Oh, what adventures a single girl meets. Peddling vegetables out in the streets. Did you ever get kissed through a wet bunch of bricks when you're pushed along in your push cart with a boy you love? Push me along in my push cart.
Ben!
Push me along with the
Ben!
cart. Oh, what
Yes, Mr.
adventures
Cohen.
a single
Ben,
girl
do
meets.
this drop over and make it more London.
Been to London often, sir?
You don't have to be there to know what it looks like. Do that drop over it and put the Eiffel Tower in there. You don't even have it in there.
Yes, Mr.
And get Josie and Dan out here. I'll bring the name of Rose.
Rosie, name of Rose.
A ring tingling to the name of Rosie. All the names you may say ring true. So they do what they ring for you. I still cling to the name of Rosie, 'cause there's something to the name of Rosie that gives my heart that ring of a ring, ring of ring, ting-a-ling. There's a ring to the name of Rose, the name of Rose.
Ben,
What do you want Ben for?
some fathead told him to put the Eiffel Tower in the middle of the London drop.
That fathead was me.
Oh, so, what color would you like it?
Ben! Ben, get Willie and the kids out here. I want to run popularity.
Willie, kids, popularity. according to the notes, Mr. Cohen wants us to go through it a couple times. So let's do it one more time from the top.
Georgie? Georgie, are you all right?
No, Pop, I'm not. I want you so much, Pop, and I'm scared.
Thank God, Georgie. Thank God. I can quit worried about you now.
Wait a minute, Pop, one more thing. How do you know?
Know what, Georgie?
If it's really good, it's not the applause. They're friends out there. They'll cheer no matter what. How do you know if it's really good?
Well, it's hard to say, Georgie, but suddenly the whole stage seems brighter. Why, you know those lights are the same as you set them in rehearsal, but suddenly they seem brighter and stronger, and the orchestra's playing louder and faster, and, well, that whole stage just shines, Johnny. Don't worry. You'll know if it happens. Come on, son, we're on. Watch for the skyrocket, Mr. Jones! If it goes off, it'll mean that I found the papers in MC's cabin that prove you innocent of throwing the derby. So stick here on the pier and watch for the skyrocket.
Thanks, pal. I'll be watching.
Don't worry, Mr. Jones. We still believe in you.
That means a lot, kid. Thanks.
Any messages back home? Johnny, any messages back home?
Yeah, one. Say hello to dear old Coney Island, there you chance to be. When you're at the Waldorf, have a smile and charge it up to me. Mention my name every place you go, as round the town you roam. Wish you'd call on my gal. Now remember, oh pal, when you get back home, give my regards to Broadway. Remember me to Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long.
Bye, Johnny. Bye.
You're gonna be all right now, Johnny. Remember, watch for the skyrocket.
Good trip.
Bye. Well, Johnny, looks like we won't take this trip together after all.
Cheer up, kid. There'll be other trips together. I promise you that. I promise you. Did you ever see two Yankees part upon a foreign shore? When the good ship's just about to start for old New York once more. With tear-dimmed eye they say goodbye. They're friends without a doubt. Then the man on the pier shout, "Let 'em clear!" as the ship strikes out.
Give my regards to Broadway.
Remember me to Herald Square.
Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there.
turned the corner of Broadway at 43rd the other day. Kid yells out, "Hey, there goes the man who owns Broadway." So I turned around to see who he meant, and you know what? It was me. You know what else? He was right. That's right, old Georgie's up there now. Climbed on board, picked the window seat. Why not? Check the league on batting for town. The geezer with the roll of bills is none other than the mayor of this fair city, Norbert T. Hattery himself. Pilot fish swimming around him include Chief Oliver and Haley. Economical fellow, never buys a whole pair of gloves, doesn't have to. One hand's always in someone else's pocket. That's his honor, T.J. Onspot, you're mooching the cigar. Only living U.S. justice still on parole. And last but not least, our own Congressman, W.F. Burkhart Jr., running for his 6th straight term on the Prohibition ticket. Why are they here? To give a little glitter to my latest enterprise. Going to be a Broadway producer and give Ziegfeld and Foreman a run for their money. Got me Sam Harris for a partner, so from now on, Cohan presents Cohan.
Splendid little setup you have here, George. Now, when can we expect the first Cohan and Harris in production?
Give us a break, Your Honor. We just got together. As a matter of fact, we thought we might sit this season out.
And just do the new Faye Templeton show, and that's all.
Faye Templeton? Why, I hear she's the biggest star on Broadway.
And she'll be twice as big when we get through with her. Right, Sam?
Faye Templeton?
Now, Miss Templeton's really doing this show.
Really doing it. She's been hounding us all week for the contract. Calls, telegrams. She's got our old lady waiting outside this minute. Hello, Mrs. Templeton. Haven't got the name of the show yet, but we ought to be open by, I'd say...
The last week in December.
Huh?
That's right, the last week in December with the biggest hit of Faye's career.
Sam, you're gonna be all right. Say, how'd you like to hear one of the songs I wrote? I'm sending it over to Faye Templeton's today. Get a load of this. Out west I have found, that's where hayseeds abound, and Missouri's the state that designed them. And though this may be, you can take it from me, you don't have to go out west to find them. If you want to find the real Hick delegation, the place where the real Rubens dwell, just hop on a train at the Grand Central Station. Get off when they shout, New Rochelle!
Just came in the mail. Listen, Miss Templeton.
Only 45 minutes from Broadway. Ain't got that changes it brings. What a short time it takes. What a difference it makes in the way of the people that sing.
Wait a minute, honey.
Oh, what a fine bunch of farmers. Oh, what a room atmosphere. They have whiskers like hay, and imagine Broadway. Only 45 minutes from here.
Of course she's doing the show. Had lunch with her only this afternoon at Delmonico.
George, Faye's the old lady.
Gave her a second number to see if you like it.
So long, Mary, Mary, we will miss you so. So long, Mary, how we hate to see you go. And we'll all be longing for you, Mary, while you roam. So long, Mary.
Don't forget to come back home.
Oh, there's a couple bars, baby. I'm just getting to the good part.
It's awfully nice of all you boys to see me off today.
So long, Mary.
You too? I didn't think you Paraguay should either go or stay. You're wrong, Mary. Yes, I'm going to Ornaments 12. Awfully nice of you to wish me well. Never thought a show in New Rochelle would ever come to sound. So long, Mary.
Mary, we will miss you so. So long,
Mary.
how we hate to see you go. And we'll all be longing for Mary, while you roam. So long, Mary.
What do you want?
Jan sent me, a friend of yours. Told me to give you the song, and the rehearsals begin next Monday.
That's right, signed, sealed, delivered. She goes into rehearsal next Monday morning at 10 o'clock, and this is the one that did it.
If you want to make good in a Broadway show, you must have a song that is sure to go.
I guess
importance. So the first one's from Sam Harris. To the cast and company of 45 Minutes from Broadway, backstage, New Amsterdam Theater, 211 West 42nd Street, New York, New York, the United States of America. Hey, Western Union doesn't charge for the address, do they?
Certainly not.
That explains the message. Congratulations. Here's one for Faye. Welcome at long last, after years of constant and disheartening failure, to the ranks of big Broadway stars like I, Lillian Russell.
Sweet. Don't those big fat girls have the nicest sense of humor?
Here's one for me. Dear Mr. Cohan, thank you for this wonderful show and a chance to be part of it. Agnes Nolan. Nolan?
Here she is. Right here.
Oh yeah. Thanks, kid. Thanks. Here's another one for me. Dear Georgie, it's hard to imagine any New Year's being happier for you than this last. But if at all possible, we wish it for you. Josie, Mom, Dad. You know, I've got a score to settle with those three. For years, they've been telling us how we've got to stick together, and, well, now with the biggest show I've ever offered to them, they refuse to be in it. Not right for the parts or some such malarkey. Well, they're not going to get away with it. And just to make sure, I've had my lawyer draw up a little paper. I'm serious, Pop. I think you better read it.
What's this, Georgie?
Only one way to find out, and I'm warning you, it's airtight.
Airtight. I, George Michael Cohan, do on this January 1st, 1907, hereby deed to my mother and my sister Josie all title of properties held by me in Glen Cove. Georgie, that's the farm you just bought it.
And spent 2 weeks there. Birds all over the place. Go on, Pop.
And I also attest that from this day forward, my father, Jeremiah J. Cohan, and I are partners. 1/2 and equal in every theater property I possess or will possess, including on my songs. I'm sorry, Georgie, these aren't my reading glasses.
There isn't much more, Pop. Just, with all my love and gratitude, your son and partner, George.
Georgie, son, I don't know what. Well, on behalf of your mother and your sister Josie and I thank you. My wife thanks you.
Hey, that is mine.
Was yours. It's half mine now, and it came just in time. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
Now?
Your way, George.
My way, Ethel. Sam!
Wish nobody can be done.
Sam, finish reading these, will you? Got plans to talk over with the new boss.
Sure. Here's another one for Faye. Dear Faye, congratulations on making it through another year. Marie Dressler. Georgie, one more for you. Dear George, decided to proceed as planned and don't think the meeting would accomplish anything. Papers en route to your...
Your lawyer's office should arrive next week. Forgive me, George. Well, that's it, George. Sad scene played against the happy scene. Lights fade slowly. It's traditional here. Music up. Makes it easier to get off. Girl opens carousel. See, she always kept me, George. Who knows? Morning glories and over. Fun is flying all over. Wrecking your bargain if you should strike it.
I'm sorry, George. Who's in with the rest of the wires?
Sorry for what? Saves me having to tell you all one at a time, that's all. I'm $50 ahead in phone bills already. Now this is supposed to be a party, isn't it? Well, let's make it look like one. Sam, get that music going. We spent $200 for that band. I want to hear it.
There it is. George, you're never gonna get a cab at this hour. My car's right up on 6. Let me give you a ride.
Nah, I want to walk. It'd be good to get some air.
You sure?
Yeah, come on.
Happy New Year, George.
Happy New Year, Sam. Hey, Miss Worcester, ma'am.
Why, Mr. Cohan, I didn't see you.
What do you mean by leaving the party early?
I'd hardly called 2 in the morning early. I have 2 shows to do tomorrow, and I'm tired, so I just thought I'd go on home.
Which way?
3 blocks uptown.
Got company. Look, Miss Worcester, ma'am, you're a sensible girl. Tell me something. What's wrong with people?
People?
All of them. You love them, trust them, give them everything you got, and they walk out on you. Oh, I don't know why I'm asking. I've known about people for a long time now. They come and they go. They crowd you when you don't want them, and they're never there when you do.
Well, they must have something to recommend them, Mr. Cohan. Not very many of us seem to be able to do without them.
Look, don't give me that Tin Pan Alley malarkey. It's great for second act ballads, but that's it. Kid, when I was 5, they stuck a fiddle in my hand, and I went out there and played. And there was just me and those lights and that stage. And it was enough.
And now?
It's still enough. Look, lights, Broadway. Those lights are always there. You can depend on them.
But if someday you turn around and they're not?
That day's never gonna come. Kid, with what I got in me, that day's never gonna come.
Well, this is it.
Huh?
Home, where I live. Thanks for the company. And I hope you're right about that.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't walk out on an argument like that. I still got lots to say. How about lunch tomorrow?
I don't think so, Mr. Cohan. I wouldn't want us to get too close. I'm people, and I might let you down.
I'll take that chance. Pick you up at noon, and that name was what?
Miss Worcester, Mass. Good night, Mr. Cohan.
Good night, kid. She thinks you won't laugh, but I know different. We're a team, you and me. I do my part, you do yours. Hey, Lights, you got a whole city full of people looking at me out there, so don't let me down. I'm the kid that's all that can be. I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. I'm glad I am. So's Uncle Sam. I'm a real life Yankee Doodle. Made my name and fame and boodle, just like Mr. Doodle did by riding on a pony. I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. A Yankee Doodle do or die. A real life nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart. She's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the pony, buying the Yankee Doodle boy. Yankee Doodle Dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die. A real life nephew of his Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of
think I'll have to. I have a feeling being Mrs. George Cohan will be a 24-hour-a-day job.
What about the honeymoon? Europe?
Niagara?
We'll hit them all, and then some.
Right after the new show opens.
New show? What new show?
Oh, did I forget to tell you, Sam? Little Nellie Kelly, best thing I ever wrote. It's about this cop with a beautiful daughter.
It's the same old song they sing. I love you.
The boys grow wild about Nellie, the daughter of Officer Kelly.
And it's all day long they bring flowers all dripping with dew.
And they join in the chorus of Nellie, Nellie, I love you. And they join in the chorus of Nellie,
What did you say?
I'm getting married, George. Fred Nibble has asked me to marry him.
Great, wonderful. What'd you think I'd do? Forbid it?
There's one other thing, George. He's going to be on the road a lot, and so naturally, Josie will want to be with him.
What do you mean, be with him?
Travel with him, George. Go wherever he goes.
But what about the act, before Cohan?
She's leaving it, George.
I'm sorry, George.
You're sorry? You take 25 years and throw it away and say you're sorry? Look, Josie, I put my whole life into the act, and you have no right to walk out on it just like that.
Why not?
Because I said so, that's why. If I had to explain that to her or to any of you, then you don't belong in this business.
That's just about enough out of you, son. Why am I wasting my breath on you? You're a pig-headed Irishman, and you'll never be anything else.
What did you call me, Mulligan?
A pig-headed Irishman, Harrigan, and ashamed of the proud name you bear.
Those are fighting words, Mulligan, fighting words. For I'm just as proud as my name, you see, as an empress or a king could be. The ladies and babies are fond of me. I'm fond of them too in return, you see. H-A-R-I-G-A-N spells Harrigan. Proud of all the Irish blood that's in me. Divil a man could say a word against me. H-A-R-R-I-G-A-N-U-C. It's a name that's a shame never has been connected with Harrigan. Mulligan! That's me! H-M-A-U-R-R-I-G-A-N, that's me! H-U-R-R-I-G-A-N spells Mulligan. Proud of all the Irish blood that's in me. Divil a man can say a word against me. M-U-R-R-I-G-A-N-U-C. It's a name that a shame never has been connected with Harrigan. Mulligan. Harrigan. Mulligan. Harrigan. Mulligan. Harrigan. Sam, what's the matter?
It's Jerry, George.
Papa?
He's dead. Agnes is at the hospital with Nellie. If there's anything I can do, George, my car's right outside.
Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't be back till over there. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brave. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag.
There's a feeling comes this feeling and it sets my brain a-reeling when I listen to the music of a military band.
Any tune like Yankee Doodle simply sets me off my doodle. It's that patriotic something that no one can understand. Red, white, and blue, I am for you. Honest, you're a grand old flag.
We're forming a union, George. It's the only way we can fight.
Fight who?
Us, the producers.
No, not guys like you, and you know it. We're after the small-time chiselers. The bums who work you for 70 hours a week in some filthy rat cage for a big $15. We'll always with our hands out for a kickback or no job.
Unions, organizations. That's Pittsburgh, Hank, not Broadway.
But things are changing, George, and we've got to change with them.
Change Broadway and you'll kill it. I look around me even now and it's not the same. You're talking about actors walking off the stage. When I was growing up, you couldn't drag us off. We ate, breathed, and lived this business. Well, I'd come home late at night from the last show and flop into bed. You know how long I'd stay there? 10 minutes. Then I'd be up scribbling new scenes, and pretty soon Josie'd sneak into my room, and we'd work on routines and wouldn't get to bed till dawn. So much of that's gone already. Josie, Dad, the four Cohans. Broadway's the only thing left of the old days, and well, if you want to change that, you change it without me.
Easy, George. You don't have to make any decisions right now.
Now's as good a time as any. Radicals, Bolsheviks. That's not my Broadway, Sam, and I don't want any part of it.
They're not radicals and Bolsheviks, and you know it, George. Maybe you should do like Sam said. Take it easy. Set up the sidelines for a while.
Agnes, what do I know about sidelines? Heck, I'm not just on that train, Agnes. I own it. I am the man who owns Broadway. That's what the daily papers say. The girls are turned away, and every man's a say. They go to see the players, not the play they say. The man who owns Broadway.
Ricky, there goes the man who owns Broadway. What do you mean, who? Jolson! Hey, Al! Al!
That's what the daily papers say.
The biggest hit on Broadway, 1922. Hicksville Follies with W.C. Fields, Fanny Brice, and Gilda Gray.
Turned away, and every matinee, they go to see the players, not the play they say.
There he is! Oh, Mr. Tracy, I want you to know I love you.
It's on the Broadway and PSP. And I said, Miss Garbo, And when she turned around, I got her picture. I'm gonna sleep with it under my pillow. He's got the popularity.
2 tickets for opening night. Red, hot, and blue with Jimmy, William Jackson, Jimmy Durante, and Ethel Merman.
If there's anything in town you want to buy, a rent or hire, grab a light or wire to the sole proprietor. We want Cantor, the man who owns Broadway, they say.
Well, you were gonna miss Jack Benny.
The man who owns Broadway, they say.
Well, turn up the filter, Martha. I want to hear Bob Hope.
Turned the corner of Broadway and 43rd the other day. Kid yells out,
Hey, Frankie, there goes, what's his name?
there goes what's his name.
Sorry I'm late, dear. 1,000 phone calls and I couldn't get a cab.
That's okay. I was just prowling around the old town, seeing how things have changed. Did you see what they're up to on 42nd Street? Turning the New Amsterdam into a movie house. And I hear they're doing the same with the Selwyn and Leary. I tell you, it's enough to...
Now, George, don't get excited. I planned a nice quiet lunch for just the 2 of us.
And that's another thing, Miss Worcester Math. What's the big idea of inviting the old man out for lunch? I'm not saying I don't like it, but it's an awful suspicious invitation, and I'm warning you if it's another one of your Irish tricks.
Why, I don't know what you're talking about, dear. It's such a lovely day. Warmest February 1st since 1893, says the New York Sun. And I thought it would be nice if we took a walk and had lunch. And dear, this came today. It's from Sam Harris.
4th class mail, 3 cents postage due.
First class, special delivery.
He wants something. If you want my advice, you'll throw it away without opening.
I couldn't do that, dear. It might be important. Sam wouldn't send it first class if it wasn't. It's a script.
That wants me to doctor? Well, tell him
No,
no
that he
thanks.
wants you to be in.
You mean me being someone else's show?
It's a new musical called I'd Rather
Sing somebody else's song?
He said the part's perfect for
I don't
you.
care if I be playing the President of the United States. Look, Agnes, these have been wonderful years for me. Tell him no.
Yes,
You're
dear.
gonna walk, let's walk.
All right, dear.
I'm in retirement. I love it. And oh,
You're right, dear. I should have thrown it away without looking at it. And I'm going to throw it in the trash right now.
warmest February 1st since 1893. I want to read about that. I think I noticed a copy of the Sun in that basket.
I thought you might, dear.
I thought you might too. I might just as well let you know about a new policy in this family, kid. I examine all trash baskets here and at home to see if something valuable has been thrown out by mistake. And if by some chance something has, you can just tell your pal, Mr. Sam, First Class Special Delivery Harris, that my trips will not only be high, but astronomical. And I'm only considering it in the first place, Agnes, because, well, if I don't get back on stage, I'll go nuts. The working conditions are brutal. What retired people need is a union. I'd rather be right than influential. I'd rather be right than wealthy or wise. I don't come through, dear, where brains belong. But pertaining to you, dear, I can't go wrong.
Hold it. Georgie, that's great, the stuff with the cane, but I'm not sure we need it in this scene. It doesn't supposed to be...
I know, but it's my entrance and people expect me to do a few cane bits. Believe me, it'll break down the
I'm
house.
sure it will, Georgie, but for the wrong reason. The mood we want to establish here is...
I'll give you the mood you want right after I do the cane bits. They want it, kid, believe me. Hey, while we're at it, let me show you the finish. Take it from the second eight, will you, the way I showed you before. I don't come through, dear, where brains belong, but pertaining to you, dear. can't go wrong. I'd rather be right.
I see what you mean, Georgie, and it's great. The only thing is, you've got to be worried when you're doing this scene. You've got to be talking to Congress, and that's... Oh, thanks, Bob. 6 o'clock, that's it for today. Pick it up, same place, tomorrow morning at 10. Georgie, look, why don't you go up to your dressing room and cool off, and I'll be up and we'll discuss this. I got a couple other little things I want to go over with you anyhow.
Kid, I'm always ready to discuss anything. Believe me, I think you've got some smart ideas, but if there's one thing I know about, it's my entrance. Let me get a towel, I'll be right down.
Whoa,
Yes, sir.
you type up those Cohan notes?
Yes, sir. 3 copies. One for you, one for the office.
Look, I want you to give it to him. I know it seems like I'm running out, but I can't get through to the old boy. You can handle it, can't you?
Yes, sir.
Just
You're in his dressing room.
Oh, anywhere I'm not. Simplest way to do it is to just plow right on ahead and give it to him straight. He'll give you a few arguments, but just press on.
All right.
If he asks for me, tell him I went to the costumers, anything. Look, don't be harsh, just businesslike. And don't forget to give him a copy of that new lyric. I'm gonna run first thing tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir. Had it typed up this afternoon. 3 copies. One for you, one for the office.
Fine, fine. Call me later, let me know how it works.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Hey, kid, what do you got? Heck, I'm not against discussing anything, but where'd Danny go?
He had to leave. Trouble's at the costume. He asked me
Fine, no problem. I'm a little tired tonight anyhow.
He asked me to go over his notes with you, if you don't mind, sir.
Why should I mind? Hey, Mark, do me a favor, will ya? Agnes is waiting for me out in the car. Tell her I'll be out in 5 minutes. Okay, kid, what do you got?
Well, first of all, Mr. Wilson feels the Supreme Court seems running a little long. and he
Okay,
wants-
I agree, so we cut a few minutes someplace else. What else you got?
According to these notes, sir, he wants out of that scene.
Look, that's pure gold we're talking about. I've been doing those bits for 40 years, and I know.
Maybe that's just it, sir. Those bits are 40 years old. They don't fit the rest of the material. And if there's going to be any sense of cohesiveness, to
Sense
this
of
script,
what?
cohesiveness.
I see, go on.
Okay, that's it for that scene, sir. Now for the first entrance.
Let me guess. No cohesiveness again?
Exactly, sir. You see, the way this play is structured, that scene makes a strong dramatic statement. And all those extraneous tricks and sides only violate the plot.
Look, let's cut the 10-buck words and get down to it.
He wants you to cut the hat and cane, Mr. Cohen, and do the entrance straight.
Now, just a minute.
Don't you see? It's for your own good. He doesn't want you rushing into things and making a fool of yourself by throwing in a bunch of old bits and terms.
I said just a minute. There's something you don't seem to understand. My name's Cohan. I've been on stage something like 10,000 times. I've written half 100 shows and put on half 100 more. And if I stick my oar in, it's because this show needs it. As a matter of fact, a good overhauling by me would be the best thing that could happen to this show. What's that?
A new lyric, sir. It's to replace the one you changed.
That lyric's insulting. Al Smith's a friend of mine, and I don't feel like saying those things about him. Sure, what I stick in may not be smart, but it's worked for years, dang it, and I don't need some punk kid like you to tell me any different.
These are not my notes. These are the director's notes. And maybe what's worked for years isn't what he wants in the show. Look, the way you were taught was great for its time, but things have changed. This is 1937. And excuse me for saying this, sir, but if you don't realize that, maybe you shouldn't have come back. Now, here's the new lyric. They want you to learn it. And they appreciate you having it by tomorrow. Look, if you want me to, I can stay and go over it with you.
No thanks.
Well, it's all right then. I'll be running along. It's kind of late, and I have another call. You sure you don't want me to stay?
No, you go on. That dance machine got me a little overheated. I don't want to go outside until I cool down.
All right. I'll see you in the morning.
Good morning.
Stick here on the pier, Johnny, and watch for the skyrocket!
I know you're innocent, Mr. Jones. I
Broadway.